Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Welcome, my friends. Today's episode of Top Deck for Historic. We are playing a #1 Selesnya Company deck. That is correct. This one was the #1 of the Esports Insight 3000 Tier 1 Historic Open Tournament by Christian Calcano. The other call out here is it's also a top 1000 deck by Attila, so Brad Young. So congratulations, Brad, on hitting the top 1000 as well. So very pumped to be covering this deck here today for us. There's a lot going on, so please feel free to check out the timestamps down below where we will cover the strategy objective of this board. We'll talk about your sideboard for your best of 3. We'll play that competitive Magic in both best of 1 and best of 3 today for you in Historic, and then we'll cover out with some final thoughts and where this might sit in the meta today. Appreciate you tuning in. Like I always say, appreciate the support. Flip me a like if you enjoyed today's video. If you happen to have questions, if you happen to have comments, let me know down below, or while you're in the description, you can find the Discord server and other great ways to support the channel there as well, and the deck list. All right, so let's go ahead. We got a Selesnya Company deck here, and really what we got is pretty nice. We got some ramp, we got some tokens, we got some ability with the new Strixhaven stuff here to rip cards out of our opponent's hand. We can tie opponents down with Archon of Emeria, where they can, each player's only going to be able to cast one spell each turn. Non-basic lands our opponents control are going to come in tapped. We got Redain, we got Skyclave, we got our lovely Lovestruck Beast, we got Ronus, which is an incredible powerhouse card, still from Amonkhet here, Khazandu, and then obviously Collected Company, Emeria's Call, and then the Great Henge, and then followed by all our lands. So very powerful here in the 3-drop slot. It's all about getting those Collected Companies going. We get Graveyard Hate with Skoos here, so very powerful. So this is, it can be a quick deck because of the Collected Company, but it operates more so as a mid-range deck, I would say, primarily being at that 3-drop slot, and then you're going to want to be hitting things that are going to tie our opponents down. So really important there. That's kind of the game, and a great deck right now in an aggro dominated meta, we always say. So that's pretty important. And then when we move on, we're now going to talk about the sideboard. We'll do that by 3 things: aggro, mid-range, and late game, which is very important here. And this is what we got going on with our board. Lots of big things here. Lots of things to be paying attention to as well, depending on obviously what we're playing. So with that said, when we hit the aggro stuff, this is really going to be things like our lovely Gruul aggro, also mono red aggro. We have the mono black aggro that we just ran. Also on top of that could be mono green elves. We have Selesnya Angels. That's kind of a mid-rangey deck. And then it kind of can be mono red burn as well. So all really important things to pay attention to in that space. They're obviously, if they're more creature based, things like Giant Killer, if they are bigger, works well. Baffling End to take stuff off the board, which is really helpful. Night of Autumn is if we need to take out some enchantments. So this could be one of the trap decks with the 9 lives to pay attention to as well. That's kind of more of a mid-range late game deck though. And then additionally, Rest in Peace, again, is more mid-range. We got Thalia for some of those aggros, which can be good, but the benefit here is late game, and go from there. So really what we're going to look for is probably Baffling End. This is going to be pretty quick against some of the aggro stuff anyway. Thalia isn't bad to kind of tie stuff down in that 2-drop slot. If you need to, and Giant Killer, if you get above, Mirror Match, it's good for against Lovestruck, it's good for Khazandu, so don't forget those as well. And then additionally, obviously, anything that's getting pumped with those two, that's a key piece there. As we move on to that, we'll get into mid-range. So these are going to be your traditional sacrifice decks, the Rakdos, as well as Jund, and that could be the food version or whatever version. Additionally there, we'll have to keep an eye out potentially for Rogues. That's kind of an aggro mid-rangey deck as well. Excuse me. And then additionally, you might hit the Phoenix decks. Those ones operate slightly, again, aggro to mid-range. And then last but not least, we got our lovely Rakdos Arcanist, Grixis Control, or Grixis Arcanist. You may run into once in a while as well. All big things to keep an eye on. So again, creature-based stuff, really baffling end. Outside that, if they start playing some other stuff, Knight of Autumn isn't a bad one. Rest in Peace can really help you with that graveyard like we talked about. And then again, if they start to play more spells, we'll go in that space. Last but not least, as we move out of this, we get to the control decks. These are things like Jeskai Control, Azorius Control. We also have the Grixis Control that I talked about there briefly. And then you may run into, you may run into the ultimatum decks as well. So those are all big ones for Color or Sultai to keep an eye on. There, the big piece really is going to be Redain and Thalia, and also shifting Ceratops in terms of holding our opponents back and not letting us get at us and counter our match, and also hose us on the collected companies. So Planeswalkers, that is the aggro, that is the mid-range, that is the late game matchup for us today in terms of historic. If you got questions, if you got comments, let me know. Moving quickly here, very excited because I want to take this sucker for a run. So let's go ahead and dive into it today. Again, our Selesnya Company deck by our friend Christian Calcano from the Insight Esports presents, taking down the tournament with that healthy #1, and then also Attila on the top 1,000. So awesome to see that, and love seeing the duplication there in terms of knocking out a lot of cool stuff. All right, so historic ranks, we ran the best one Elves last, I think, potentially. Lots of stuff. I've been sick, so trying to catch up. Lots of cool things that we've been doing. You can absolutely check out in historic. I want to get you that tier list, which is why we're focusing on this here. So all right, Selesnya Company, a very popular deck, and doing very well here, as we can tell. So Mac 14-2 we have here on deck. What do we want to do with this? This is a little bit slow. We can pay 1 though and get Lovestruck, so we'll go with that. We don't have a turn 2, which I never like. All right, so we got an Elves deck. We need to keep our 1. Could have went there and attacked in. Again, could have. Chancellor, let's get rid of. Let's see if they block the 1/1. Nope. That could be the right play. We'll do this, so. Yeah, we'll pay the 1. I don't think he'd give up both of those. We can try, though. All right. We could have played Spellbinder, but I was going for the Great Henge here. And again, I sooner would have played the Skyclave on the Elvis Druid here. Still got a ton of mana. So what isn't bad, Coco isn't bad. White isn't bad. We could play the Henge, play the white, and then play something else. It's really going to depend on what we hit here, though, too. Right now, they don't have any pump. So there's a white. Now we could play this and then play that next turn, where everything's going to be one less. Let's take a look at their hand. That's gone for now. Probably it's going to be enough for them to get through there. Let's see here. So we got 5. Need to go 4. We don't have lethal, which is too bad. If we swung in, we'd have to go that way. They just stuffed me with Realm Walker. That should be enough for Crater. It's too bad. Too bad. No matter how we block here, we're going to lose, so it's not going to matter. Doesn't matter. Bomber. No matter what order, we would have played that too. So we didn't hit Coco. We could have been ahead, but we were not. All right, on to our next best of 1 match here with our historic deck. All right, Selesnya. We ramped well, we hit okay, we just never hit a Coco, and nothing to really plow through that, which is too bad. All right, we got Lenlack. Here we go. We can keep this. We got Coco. We can drop that into 4. So we have nice play. Let's see what we do here. Oh, probably Ronus, huh? That's what I take. Yeah, there you go. I don't know, would you play that? Yeah, I'll do that. Because we can play Great Henge next turn. If we want to. Shoot. Bomber. All right, we'll try for it. There we go. We're good. Yeah, that was wrong play there. That works. Dimir, check. Dimir foretold, check. All right. Back at it with our next one. So you saw what I was doing there. I wanted to get the Henge on play first. Then when we would have Coco'd, we would have got all the 1/1s and so forth. So good positioning there. Maybe a misplay on their end because we were able to get all that down and they couldn't do anything. All right. Let's see here. Kaheera. I got to turn 1, so we'll try it. We're on the raw. There we go. We're okay. Do we play the Archon is the question. Let's take a look at their hand first. Looks like an interesting deck, for sure. So we'll still get our hit off. Alright, Typhoon. What do we want to get rid of here? Nothing here is gonna really do too much. They need a double blue. Let's get rid of sets.
I won't forget our time together.
There, they got what they needed. Go like this. We'll see what they do here. That works. Got our one on the board now. There we go. Bait it out.
I have practiced with thoughtfulness before action.
All right, so what's that put me at? 2, 3. Don't need to hit that. I feel like we want to take that off.
You are a mighty warrior. I concede.
Maybe a board wipe coming. There it is. Just like we called it. So let's do this. Let's take a look if we can. Ooh. All right, try again. We need one more land. All right, so let's try that again. All right, let's see what they got. At least try. Good old brainstorm. Let's get rid of non-target creature spell. It's not going to matter. So we have game, maybe. Let's see. Depending on what they do here. They need a board wipe. Should have doubled up on the Archons there. That gave him 2. Let's see what we get. No. Boom. Yes, a nice one for us to take down against a Azorius control deck, Kaheera control. Very happy about that. So not bad. Best of 1, we went 2-1. Very smooth. So let's go ahead and play some best of 3 now, my friends, in our traditional historic ranked. We'll go ahead and grab that Selesnya Company deck. So let's see what we got going on. Oof. Hot, hot, hot. So again, to recap, we went 2-1 in best of 1. Very, very healthy for us today. We lost to an Elves deck and played great in the other 2 matches. Nice job against a late game deck. And then now, looking forward to best of 3. We talked about the strategy objective of this deck, how to board for best of 3 as well. Now we got Salos here. We will play first. We will keep this as well, even though it's a little bit slow. I mean, this could be a burn too. So let's see what we hit. Oh, looking like it. We'll put this out there now. We'll give it a shot. We might have to go Kazendu. I don't want to do that, but we might have to. The most likely kill it, which is one of the reasons why I put it out there. So there we go. Exactly what we figured. John to Arcanist. Look at that. We'll put Spellbinder in first so we can see what we got here. Let's get this guy off the board. Back is my guess. All right, solids. You go with your Arcanist. The question. Oh, we're good. Because we're going to strip it as well. Boom. Super, super smooth there. What do we want? Non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. Rest in peace. It's going to exile all cards from all graveyards. We're playing that. We can keep that in there. Let's drop a Redained. As much as I like that on the top end, we'll pull stuff there. Let's go 1 Emeria. We'll try that for now. Hits enchantments. We didn't see any of those. Garbaroth helps, so on the top end. Yeah, let's get rid of. We want to keep the Scoos. Giant Killer's good here too. It shouldn't be cast. Well, they do cast multiple spells, so let's put Emeria back in. Oh, what do I want to do here? Let's go Dimir. All right, we'll keep this. We'll keep that. So we got an interesting Rakdos Jund deck here with Jegantha. We can keep this. It's fine. It's good old Pyromancer. All right, so we can do this. Play this guy. Get our cast off. Cling. I need to use the cling. There they go. We want to attack is the question here. We can kill two things. I think we do want to put some pressure. No, we'll wait. Wand of tokens. Here we go. Need to start taking stuff off the board. They can play 1 per turn. There we go. Let's go him and him. And let's take A3 life, yes. Solve. We'll take that one next. We have 3 in there. Ooh. Look at that. Only as a sorcery, though. That's too bad. We knew that. So they can't play anymore. Grab that one. Two there. All right. One spell again. There, they got it. So we know that he's going to pop that. But we need to attack in with everything. Because we need to keep the pressure on. All right. Uh-oh. Do they have another spell? Oh, they don't. Okay, good. Not gonna do that. I only got one here. So that will make sense. So we will do that. One, two, three, four. So 4, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 get through. Have to let the 1 through. If they don't, I win. Does that make sense? All right. Whew. One damage. 1 damage. Let's get that. And that one. We got 2 in ours still. We are fine. Boom! Look at that. Awesome, awesome run with Selesnya Company here today, my friends. Very, very exciting. Rank up. Let's do it. All right, so let's go back and check this deck out here. Very fun, super fast matches again. Best of 3, we did stall a little bit, but other than that, it was pretty quick. So let's go ahead here and see what we got. Selesnya Company. Again, this is a #1 deck coming out of our lovely Insight Esports presents Tier 1 Historic Open 3K by Christian Calcano. excuse me, and then also by Attila, hitting the top 1,000 in arena as well. So obviously very powerful. We went 2-1 in best of 1 and best of 3. We went 2-0 in our matches. We crushed it. Had some great playouts and lines. Super fun against the Jund deck that we played, as well in terms of the Arcanist kind of sacrifice deck that we had going on there. So pretty interesting. With that, where's this sit in the meta? Certainly, creature based, powerful enough. Probably I'm going to say mid tier 2 and up for this in terms of best of 1, but in best of 3, it's definitely top of the pack. It's been doing really well in tournaments. Additionally, it's got a really nice win rate. So I'm going to go with the tier 1 on this for best of 1. So Archon of Emeria just shuts stuff down. It's very important. We saw that. We get that on the board. That really screws up our opponent's plays, particularly the ones that are doing the multiple casts, like we saw with the Jund Sack, any of the control decks. It helps shut those down. So very powerful mid-range deck that we have right now. So Planeswalkers, questions or comments, let me know. Feel free. Top of the Discord server that always available to you there as well. Flip me a like if you enjoyed today's video. I'm looking forward to seeing you around some more. Deck list is in the description for you. Other great ways to support the channel. We'll see you soon. Stay safe. We got more top decks, tier lists, and weekly meta coming your way. Mythras out.